they support the state. But go ahead, check out the Johnny Storm show. Check out, Crazy Wolf Radio or whatever you want. These people do it as a hobby, okay? They're worse than COINTELPRO. Because at least COINTELPRO has their heart committed to their program. Even if their program is to deceive you. They don't. They don't have their heart committed. They do it for fun. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the attacks. And go ahead, continue attacking me. I like it, actually. I'm just sick of how it's done. Okay? So I'm here to just bust everyone's bubble. I went on the Alex Jones show, me, supposedly someone who worships Alex Jones like a god, okay? And I question him about the fact that James Holmes, in the courtroom, I have it on my website, I have the picture to prove it. Side-by-side photos. In the courtroom is not really James Holmes. And Alex Jones, like a COINTELPRO agent that he is, shut me up. And immediately changed the subject and twisted what I said and hung up on me. I didn't play that part on the radio because I figured, well, that's not necessary. The message, the information. Angel Diaz does not matter, folks. Quit focusing on me. Do your research on what I say, okay? That's how you find out if someone's COINTELPRO. That's how I found out that Alex Jones wasn't legitimate a long time ago, before I even started doing this show. Well, actually, it was in the midst of doing this show, but before the show got really big. But it didn't stop me from putting information out there that was valid. Because even COINTELPRO has to tell the truth sometimes in order to satisfy the patriots. And so I put the truth out there totally. And just because I use clips from someone who's an informant makes me an informant? How blind can you be? I risk my life trying to put the information out there as much as I can. I'm not involved in doublespeak. I'm not involved in... It's pathetic that all of a sudden, someone who lives in an apartment, someone who's barely hanging on by his fingernails, someone who is trying to attack New World Order from all sides possible, someone who doesn't do this as a hobby, quote unquote, and tries to look cool and thinks everyone who does it with all their heart and soul is weak-minded, someone who actually does it with all their heart and soul and is real and has been to events where the events get shut down by people like Alex Jones and Mark Dice, when he's a real person, when he is actually one of the protesters and he witnesses this stuff and he actually is open about it, gets called COINTELPRO. I'm sick of it. You guys are nothing but malicious attackers. You're worse than COINTELPRO. You want to know why you're worse than COINTELPRO? Because you do exactly what the government wants you to do. You attack those who viciously attack New World Order, and you feel good about it. And then you let others know how wrong that person is, and you dedicate your lives to attacking this person. Whether or not this person is COINTELPRO, it doesn't even matter. I see people attacking Alex Jones all the time all over YouTube. That's fine. But what are they doing to attack the New World Order? Nothing. That's the problem. That's exactly what they want you to do, you idiots. And it's pathetic. It's pathetic. You know why these people engage in this? It's not because they care, folks. It's because they see somebody like me, who's real, who actually has the heart to stand up for something that's true. And they want to tear him down. Because they're not in this fight. They just think it's cool to talk about the Illuminati, or the Jews, or the Catholics, or even the Christians. You know, everybody wants to have their own new world order to attack. But in reality, they're not attacking it at all. All they're doing is having fun with information like it's a hobby. And then they spend their lives bringing down those who might or might not be COINTEL PRO or are COINTEL PRO, fine. But they spend their lives doing it. They don't actually attack the real enemies behind the system. It's like I heard this one guy on YouTube say, oh, well, Alex Jones, you notice how he never talks about the ones behind the system. He only attacks those who are promoting the system, or indirectly promoting as agent provocateurs, but he never attacks them. That's what you do. Don't you get it? Before you take the splinter out of my eye, maybe you should take the log out of your own. Maybe you should ask yourself, am I really being effective against New World Order, or am I spending my time chasing my tail? Instead of coming up with all these conspiracy theories, I don't even get involved in that, folks. I only talk about what I can prove. Even if I am exposed to it. Even if aliens were to come down and tell me, you know what, we're all involved and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm not going to get on the radio and say, well, aliens told me this and blah, 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 if I can't even prove it. Because that's how much the truth means to me. I don't want to be discredited. Not because I'm worried about my own ego. I could care less about Angel Diaz. It's because I'm worried about my human species. I heard one guy on the radio say, you know what? If you're not against Alex Jones, or people like him, then you're with the enemy and you don't even know it. Oh, really? So what did George Bush say? Should I play the clip of him actually saying it? Or can I just say it on the air and you guys will believe me? Or go ahead, check it out on YouTube if you don't remember this. If you're not with us, you're with the enemy. Isn't that what George Bush said? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that what the Sith say in Star Wars? These people who claim to be your friends, who claim to bring you closer to the truth, they are the epitome of disinformation. And I don't even know if they realize it. But, you know, to those of you who want to attack me, fine. Angel Diaz is bad. What are you doing to attack the New World Order? What are you doing to bring it down? If you aren't doing anything, I want you to at least look your children in the eye. Or look those of your nephew or your nieces, if you don't have children. Look them in the eyes. And tell them the world they're going to live in, because you didn't stand up against New World Order. Because you spent all of your time bringing those down. Regardless if they're legitimately bad or not. You spent all of your time bringing them down instead of fighting for their future. I want you to tell them that. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it because, not because I care about my ego. I could care less about that, unlike other radio hosts on the air who care deeply about their own ego. and yet claim otherwise. I care about you. I'm really in this fight. I'm committed to this fight. I actually want to see change. I actually want to see the New World Order brought down. And I use as much information as I possibly can to get full spectrum awareness. That's why I listen to Alan Watt. Alan Watt, some of his information discredits Alex Jones. And some of you might say, well, then why do you listen to Alan Watt if you like Alex Jones? I don't like Alex Jones. I don't like Alan Watt, to tell you the truth. I like their information when it's correct, when I can verify it by several sources. You know how COINTEL PRO really works? Let me explain this to you. Because some of you out there aren't that sophisticated. It works both ways. This is how they operate. They put lies out there to discredit themselves and to also get you away from the truth. But once you figure out the lies, then it discredits themselves. So any truth that they put out there, like the re-education camps, the documents that I have, because Alex Jones put it out there, all of a sudden the re-education camps don't exist, right? That's how COINTELPRO works, you idiots. I'm sick of this. The re-education camps are real. They're real. Don't you get it? They're real. And you know what? I'm done. I'm done trying to prove this. You know what? You're going to find out that the re-education camps are real, because when you get put there, you're going to go, gee, that guy Angel Diaz on the radio, he was telling the truth. But it's going to be too late, isn't it? Because you didn't want to listen to someone because someone else was involved in corruption. You didn't take the time to do the research for yourself. That's the point. Don't look at the person. That's how COINTELPRO works, you idiots. If you look at the person, then you lose. You lose. Look at their fruits. Look at the labor. Look at the research. Find out for yourselves what is real. Don't rely on a person. That's the whole point. That's the whole lesson to be learned here, folks. You don't rely on people. People are capable of leading you down a dark tunnel. Even Angel Diaz is capable of that. Even Johnny Storm, who claims to be such a pious Christian, who leads so many people away from Joel Osteen, which I don't agree with Joel Osteen at all. But I'm just saying, folks, quit getting into this cult of personality. And those of you who claim that you're not for cult of personality, but then out the other side of your mouths, you attack people for their character instead of for their information. You hypocrites. It's pathetic. You're just children. You're children chasing your tails, and you think it's cute. You think it's funny, while bankers are robbing us blind. You think it's great, while children are being kidnapped every single day, every second of the day. A child is being kidnapped, raped, and tortured, and in most cases killed. And they're screaming for our help, while you're busy laughing amongst you and your buddies about the conspiracy kooks that you think are weird. Or you're busy laughing and joking about the Illuminati and how the founding fathers were involved in such crazy, mystical things. Instead of giving people hope, all you do is pour apathy all over people. And you call that hope. That's not hope. That's mental candy. That's the plastic toy